Hi everyone, I'm here with Brian from Cool Mini or Not, and we're going to talk a little bit about Sedition Wars. Can you tell us a little bit about the game and maybe show us how it's played?
I can show you the basics. The game itself is from Studio McVeigh. We're running the Kickstarter for it right now. It is a survival horror space-themed game that pits the box set, the initial box set pits the Vanguard, which are basically the champions of humanity. Super soldiers that are out in space trying to save the day against a bunch of revolutionaries in the narrative. They get to this space station thinking they're going to deal with some revolutionaries, and they find something else. They find these horrible alien nanovirus called the Strain. And in the game, it's set up for scenario play. That the scenarios are your Vanguard running through the Alabaster station, trying to clean out the Strain before it escapes and gets on shuttles and infects the rest of the galaxy. Pretty basic stuff. What we're going to do here is we're going to have just a couple of Vanguard soldiers, the Samaritans. It's kind of their basic elite guy, or their basic riflemen, and Kara Black, the commander of the mission. They're going to go up against a couple of Revenants. Revenants are a Phase 1 strain creature, meaning lowest level guy, basically a alien techno zombie, for lack of a better term, virus zombie. Every model has got various sets of stats. We've got them on these little printouts at the moment, but they're going to have their own individual cards that show the various statistics. Every model has a mobility. Samaritans have a mobility of 5. When they get to activate, you activate the entire squad. You can take 2 actions, whether it's you do a move and attack, or a move and a special weapon, or attack and then move, or whatever you need to do to get the job done. In this case, we're going to have a Samaritan go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He really can't see anything on the map, so he's done. I'm going to go ahead and have him do a second move. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to get next to a Revenant, so he's going to hang out here, because Revenants are covered in creepy virus claws and stuff. This guy is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I've got a clean line of fire to one of the Revenants. Every weapon has got its own stats. It's got its own modifiers, range, damage, and so forth. In this case, the Saberkinesis rifle has a modifier of 5. You add that to the roll of 3 dice. Oh, perfect. I want to make sure that I got it. And you want to equal to or exceed your target's defense. Revenants have a defense of 16. The 5 plus the 5, 11, that's a 17. That would just be a hit anyway, but anytime you roll a 6, it's called an open die. An open die, you roll an additional die to try and increase that number. It's the only way some of the little guys actually can fight some of the bigger dudes. So, all right, in this case, I just basically hit more solidly since I'm hitting a grunt. The better reason why to roll 6 is even if you're hitting a schlep nobody, like you're hitting a little tiny Revenant, you could roll as high as you want and it's still going to do the same damage, except every weapon, every attack in the game has got a damage and a staging number. Basically, every 6 you roll adds that staging number to your damage. In this case, the Saberkinesis Carbine has a base damage of 5, so the basic hit hits for 5, and then I rolled 1 6, so it does an additional 2 damage. So that shot actually did 7 damage, and you know that from 1 die roll. There's no hitting and saving and hitting and checking to see if he's okay. It's all based in 1 die. So we did 7 wounds. Revenants have 8, so he's got 1 wound, meaning this Revenant is still totally okay, and he's going to run over and try and eat this Vanguard's face here in a second. Except Kara is going to go up and come help out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, 6. She has a weapon called the Plasma Beam. It's a modifier of 6, and the damage modifier is 6/2. So she's going to go ahead and try and wail on him. And my dice are still spinning. All right, so 9, 10 plus 6, 16. The defense of that Revenant is 16, although I didn't get any open dice, so it's just the basic number of 6. He only has 1 wound left, so he's toast. And then we remove the Revenant, and he's gone. The Vanguard have gone, so then the Revenant would get to go. He'll run forward and try and eat people. Easy as that. The more dynamic part of Sedition Wars is that the other player, when you're taking your active turn, every model has got a Reflex Trigger, something they can do on their turn if you move too close, or if you shoot and you miss, or you shoot and I don't die. In the case of Revenants, if you shoot at them and you don't kill them, they get to run up 4 squares. It's the ever-moving zombies forward. And then other than what the scenarios might set up, and then the individual models themselves having their own special weapons and special features and such, that's pretty much the game. That's the basics.
Great. So is it? I'm getting the impression that this initially is a box that will be expandable in other box sets or model by model.
Mike has got Mike McVeigh, the creator and owner of Studio McVeigh. He has a whole world set up that he's got ideas for where Sedition Wars is going to go. As it is right now, it's just the main box, but of course we already know that the Firebrand Revolutionaries exist. We've seen some of the models, we know that they're out there, and how they end up into the game has yet to be determined.
Cool. And can you tell us a little bit about the Kickstarter campaign that's going on right now?
The Kickstarter campaign, right now, we're only about 6 days into it. Well, when this goes, I might be longer, I'm not sure. We're already at over 500% funding. It's looking great. The main box was originally going to have 50 models in it. We're already looking at closer to 60, and we're hoping to shoot towards 90 models for that $100 Kickstarter level, which is the biohazard level. Thank you. I wanted to call it the behemoth level, but it's not. So at the biohazard level, at $100 Kickstarter, you get the box, you get all the models, and that's going to get you a lot of extra models and a lot of extra stuff.
Cool. Do you guys have any possible plans to bring this to a digital format?
That is not something I'm aware of. Whether or not that's the case is a decision above my pay grade. I'm not
No
positive.
problem. Cool. Just thought I would ask.
No problem.
Well, thank you very much for your time. It seems like a great game.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.